know what you're thinking. I've seen this guy before. Well, you've seen him before because he is legit.
Not only will this allow you to get in better shape and get in shape faster than you probably ever have before, but it might just completely change your life for the better. This bundle deal is just a limited time, like mega discount that we have going right now only.
Have you seen this guy? Because what he says actually makes a lot of sense.
Millions of people have already taken this quiz and are seeing incredible results.
Do it. Just get started now. Don't wait.
All right, so here are the top tactics I see fitness charlatans use to get you, me, and everybody else to buy something. Now, we're going to talk about heuristics, biases, and various psychological things that these influencers and people trying to sell you something, they sort of exploit. However, a lot of good experts use some of these things, and it's just sort of how you employ these tactics that really makes the difference. So stick around if you're a DBZ fan. And additionally, if you are a fan of the early Adam Sandler, I'm talking like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Stop Looking at Me Swan. So if you enjoy early Adam Sandler, subscribe. Let's get to the episode. Let's start with the definition. What is a fitness charlatan? Now, a fitness charlatan is an individual, now this is my definition, who exploits cognitive shortcuts, biases, or distortions in others to manipulate their desires for weight loss, muscle gain, achieving a six-pack, or other fitness goals, primarily for personal financial gain. Now, these charlatans often rely on persuasive tactics and misinformation to profit from the genuine efforts and vulnerabilities of those seeking to improve their physical health and appearance. What's a heuristic? Another important definition. So heuristics are sort of shortcuts in decision making, and biases are these cognitive errors that we can make whenever we are trying to decide to do something. One of the number one things I see is an authority heuristic. Influencers often sort of kickstart their videos with either their own authority, which, to some degree is credible if it is in a particular field of, let's say, exercise science or nutrition or something like that, very credible. However, some of these influencers use authority in ways that are deceptive and just overall just meant to get you to buy something. It's not because this person has authority in a particular field or area that is relevant to the product they're selling, but it's because we know their face and they have like DR period in front of their name. So the things I'm thinking of are these, the ads that you get on YouTube. I'm sure you all get these ads on YouTube, and it has like Dr. Drew on there. And for what reason, I don't know why Dr. Drew's on there. Actually, I do know why Dr. Drew's on there. It is because he is a doctor. It is because we know his face. And it is because, he is generally a good talking individual. So by having Dr. Drew on these commercials sort of lends his authority to the product that is being sold. Now, he may not be an expert in getting shredded or applying proper nutrition principles, but we recognize him as authority figure in something else. Now, unfortunately for us, a lot of these processes work sort of subconsciously, so we're not aware that we are more enticed to do something because of the authority heuristic. It's just that it is sort of ingrained that someone who is of authority might be worth listening to, which makes it more likely that we are going to purchase something. You'll also see this with someone like Dr. Oz, who I think is like a cardiothoracic surgeon, but then he had his show and he was talking shit like raspberry ketones, green coffee bean, various things like that, things with not much research at all on them, or what research was done was fairly shoddy. And the only thing that he had going for him was he was a doctor. He had a popular daytime TV show, and he knew how to sort of appeal to a very particular population who all they wanted was to lose weight and feel better in their own skin. And he leveraged his credentials to his credit, he says he never sold anything, but he propped these supplements up and he made them out to be more than what they were. He called them magical supplements, I believe. Nope, let me take that back. Don't quote me on that. It was implied that these were magical supplements that would lead to weight loss. And so as you can see in the case of like Dr. Drew with V-Shred, Dr. Oz, they leveraged their credentials to make people buy something when their credentials had nothing to do with the thing they were selling. However, people bought into it in part because of that. Let's go on to the next one. Scarcity bias. Now, this bias is sort of a bias that works at that people place a higher value on things that are scarce. Think about diamonds, think about, I don't know, In-N-Out Burger, if you're on the East Coast, yeah, we don't have any of those. But sort of this scarcity bias is the tendency for people to place a higher value on things that are scarce. So whenever you're online, scrolling through social media, or looking to buy something, if the advertisers of that particular product, whether it be a service or an item, whatever it is, if there is a scarcity to, let's say, the sale, or however it is they are trying to get this product out there, if there's any form of scarcity, whether it be limited number, a limited time sale, then you are more likely to buy this because it becomes urgent that you buy that. If they can create some kind of an urgency around the purchasing of this product or services, you are more likely to buy that. So a lot of influencers, a lot of marketers will try and sort of create sort of a false scarcity. And I mean, if you think about diamonds in general and sort of just the false scarcity around that and just the value or how high that value is, it'll start to make sense in terms of why people try and generate some type of scarcity, because it plays to our inner insecurities that, one, we're going to miss out. So I'm sure that's a part of it, so sort of the fear of missing out. But two, our sort of inbuilt ability to place a higher value on things that are scarce. What's up next? Reciprocity is something that is very popular in sales and that we can now see in fitness influencers and those trying to sell us things. Now, reciprocity being we give you something for free, or somebody gives you something for free, and then you are more inclined to sort of work your way up that ladder or down that sales funnel, however you want to conceptualize that, and maybe make a slightly larger purchase in the future, and then on and on and on and on and on. So this reciprocity, it could be they give you a free ebook, and thereby it gives them the ability to offer another tier of services after you buy said ebook, and you may be more inclined to do that since you received said ebook. There are things like exclusive discounts. So if you get exclusive discounts this time, you may be more inclined to buy something else the next time. And then also things like referral programs, because if you're willing to refer it to a friend, you are more likely to make purchases in the future yourself. So this sort of just banks on our innate desire to reciprocate whenever given something. The halo effect. Now, this is an overall cognitive bias whereby we attribute good attributes to a person who is attractive. Now, this could very well be true, but more often than not, it is something that people do to sell products and services by employing our sort of innate trust of attractive people, or our desire to be attractive. And so the halo effect is used whenever you see sort of fitness influencers use attractive individuals to sell a product. And again, I think one of the key people in this is if you look at V-Shred and sort of the progression of his sort of infomercials and commercials on YouTube, it has shifted away gradually from him to people like Dr. Drew, who's an attractive older guy, but that's sort of the authority heuristic at play. And then you'll see V-Shred use the halo effect when he incorporates more attractive female individuals and other attractive males. So he has sort of expanded his marketing, and that may be him, it may be someone on his team, but that is the halo effect in play whenever people try to use attractive people to sort of play on that specific bias. Last thing I want to touch on is sort of our inbuilt desire for instant gratification. So this is the desire for immediate results, rewards, or outcomes, and where convenience and quick fixes are prioritized. So with instant gratification, I think the thing we'll notice is they are going to offer you quick results because that is what is going to sell. A lot of us don't want something that is going to take months and months and years to attain. We want something that is feasible within a reasonable amount of time, or well, an unreasonable amount of time based on the sort of body transformations that they show us in whatever it is they're advertising. So they're offering things in 8-week transformation, 12-week transformation. And I think for some people who are very well-trained individuals, you can make drastic changes in your body composition in 8 to 12 weeks. But if you are looking to do a bodybuilding show or do a very drastic physique transformation, you're going to need something longer than 8 to 12 weeks. So by sort of playing on this desire for instant gratification, a lot of these people trying to sell you something play to sort of a baser instinct to want something now. So if you find yourself intrigued by a product or services because it promises instant or quick results, It has placed an attractive person in your face, either in before or afters, or as a spokesperson or otherwise. It offers you free trials, an ebook, or a discount of some kind if you find yourself wanting to pull the trigger because of a limited time sale. And if there is a doctor in said advertisement who is an expert in something other than the product that they are selling you, be a little leery. Now, if you're interested in more, I'm offering this one-time video where me, a doctor of something, who knows what, probably not related to this video, is going to offer you something by way of a very attractive person and their before and afters, where they will promise you the most quick, impactful, and unimaginable results of your life. Now, I couldn't tell you what those results are, so maybe I should watch this next video too. I'll see you there.